just as I thought. The nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective.
But isn't it still technically considered a bomb?
Thing about this weapon.
And actually, as a nuclear weapon, it would technically be considered a chemical warfare bomb.
You mean it won't show up
a chemical
on radar?
bomb.
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth
chemical,
missile since the late
biological
70s.
chemical
Why
weapons.
weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon.
Bit over what?
And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections.
How does it do that?
Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START III treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses. Snake, listen to me.
Well, he does
this
later,
new
actually.
nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think that data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? You still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me.
Notice how he brought so much attention to that.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead
Jeez, these
was
guys
designed
behind
to be
me are
identical to
fucking
the
celebrating
real
4th of
thing, so I
July
think
early.
so.
Did you find
It's
out
scaring
how
the
to
shit out of
override
me
it
right
yet?
now.
Not yet. It must be in
By
a
the way,
separate
today,
file.
the day I'm
Right
recording
now, I'm looking
is
through all of Baker's personal
June 29th.
files.
We're counting on you.
I need to bring that to your attention because I'm pretty sure you can hear that. Oh, and by the way, a problem with the rocket propulsion system that they were talking about is that a railgun, the thing is, those things fire so fast that it actually causes the... Is that it actually causes it to start... Is that it actually causes the their bullets to start disintegrating. If you had that problem with a missile... if you had that problem with a missile, that thing would blow up in the middle of the air and probably cause more damage to you, or actually, it really depends on where it exploded, or where it started disintegrating from. All right, now I took out the one inept guard. All right, this call and a few others will be for download because Autogon brings up some interesting facts about arms tech. Alright, but, oh yeah, they won't see you at all, Snake! Thankfully for him, everyone has, 6-foot vision.
Disengage the safety device. We can launch anytime.
Shouldn't he be looking at the computers to make sure he actually did it?
It looks like we'll have to show them
and make sure he doesn't get the blue screen?
Should I set it for Jonathan, Russia?
No. There's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why?
There's a lot of what he's... A lot of how they're saying
Mr.
everything really
Golukovich
seems kind of
really
weird
like
to me.
see
It
a
doesn't seem
nuclear
like
bomb
natural
dropped on your
conversation.
motherland, right?
Liquid.
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington
Yes, I'm
will be
sure that
worried about
enormous
the
missile
retaliatory
flying
strike
through
from
the
China.
air will be very,
Probably
very
mean
hard to
top-secret
see.
talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course.
And especially considering
And
it's a
in the
railgun,
process,
there'll probably
the
be
president will be
shrapnel
forced to
flying all
divulge
over the
existence
place.
of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the U.S.'s reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT,
I think they're
that makes it
overestimating
China
the
and
power of
India.
the president.
I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big boss's DNA and $1 billion.
Pink into the side of the lip.
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm
Oh,
also
I
including
wanted to
the
spend it on
Fox dye vaccine
cocaine
in
and
our
hookers.
demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first.
I guess they're close to the end of
Mantis
the
might
line.
not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Then again, she was
Something
also
to do
really,
with
really
the
young.
adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
Yes, because he had to
He
tell him
still
his
has
full
doubts
name
about the ability
and
of
exactly
Metal
where
Gear.
he works.
He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons?
Man, he sounds mad.
Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
It's actually really funny. In the remake, he sounded like he was just laughing.
He's
Which
got
actually
over
kinda
1,000
fits.
soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would
Good
boost
God, he's
that
talking a
as well.
mile a minute now.
You say
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
we could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Well, actually,
going to
Ocelot,
fight the
I
whole
like what they
world?
did in the remake where he actually
What's wrong
pointed
with
to
that?
something where he
We can launch
escapes.
a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And
But it's
on
not
top
like
of
they
that,
can load
this
them up
base is
like
full of
nothing.
spare
I'm pretty sure it
nuclear
takes a while to put it
warheads.
into the
Once we get the DNA and the
railgun.
money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
God, it sounds like they sped up the audio.
Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
I doubt that brings.
Boss's dream.
I doubt that means anything to anyone who
boss.
didn't play the first two games.
You're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
I am
No
going
need
to
to
say
worry.
this very
The Army
loudly.
Chief and the Armstech president are both dead.
And you can tell that's how it
Snake
is
know how
too,
the
because he's
override
looking
system
right at the
works.
camera.
You interrogated him, don't you know?
Or at the
Have keys on him.
I guess it's called the feed.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
And I guess
By
if
the
there's
way,
any place where
what
there
should
would
we
be a
do with
lot
that
of
woman?
cameras,
Want
it
me
would
to
be
kill her?
Let her
the
live.
control room.
She's Campbell's niece, and
So you don't want any
spies
spies to
we'll
be
keep
hidden
her as
there.
our ace in the hole.
Meryl.
Otherwise, they'll sap my computer.